Good morning. My name is Cliff Wright, and I am your host for Being Inspired Television. And this morning, we have a very, very influential young lady. Her name is Ashley Grigas, and we are interviewing her on this series called Being ReInvented. And I think we all have to admit during this pandemic that we're all in the midst of being reinvented. And she's going to share some insight with us regarding how she is helping people reinvent themselves in their career. She heads up an organization called CareerUp Network. And what she does, their mission is to provide support, knowledge, resources, community, and connections to take your career to the next level. I love that. Working together, we create breakthroughs that define careers. Welcome, Ashley Grigas.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. I'm going to allow you to go ahead and share with our audience all about Ashley Grigas. What motivated you to start CareerUp Network?
Well, I have been working in corporate life for many years. Over 15 years, I've been working from home. And during this pandemic and over the last few years, during even when the 80s, during the layoffs happened back then, the economic crisis, people would always seem to reach out to me and ask me, can you help me get a job? Can you help me get a job? And I would say, sure, I would do that. And I've been doing it, this active service many years, and then eventually my friends and people around me said, you need to help more people. So I said, okay, and that is how, CareerUp Network came to be. I decided that I wanted to turn it into a platform that is going to help people in all kinds of ways, because what I've learned through life right now is that times change, and with times changing, the processes. So right now, not only are people having to reinvent themselves, but also what they're having to do is relearn how do you even apply for a job. It's just changed so much. So I created CareerUp Network to just give back to the community and help people.
That is awesome. Ashley. And I want to personally thank you for inviting me to a couple of your webinars, and I plan to attend more of them. And I too am being reinvented at this time in my career, and I'm really excited about where I'm going now. But some of the insight that I learned from you, I thought, wow, it would be great to have you on this show, Being ReInvented. Some of the questions I'm sure the audience wants to know, Ashley, is since the pandemic, how has applying for a job changed?
Well, right now, the number of applicants per position has increased because unemployment at a record high. So right now, with not only unemployment being high and the number of applicants being higher, it causes more challenges for applicants, because now even if you do apply for a job and then the employer wants to interview you, if you're not technological savvy or don't realize that the interview is going to be via Zoom most likely because of the pandemic, and to protect your health, that is a whole new avenue of learning for many candidates. They've never had to do Zoom meetings before.
Yes, I think we're all in a place where we've never been in this valley or atmosphere before. And so what are some of the tips that you would give to an applicant who's seeking a job?
Right now, I would tell them that the one thing that I've noticed that business owners and entrepreneurs have mastered and understand the impact is networking. However, employees of corporations usually underestimate, or maybe they just don't know or understand how to network as an employee to obtain a career. So applicants nowadays, not only does your resume have to be in the correct format because it's going to go through a computer system, so you have to get through the computer system first, then you have to get through the recruiter and hiring manager, and then during that process, you also now there's a pool of applicants. So wouldn't it be great if somebody that knew somebody at that company that could maybe make a warm introduction for you. So I tell everybody, don't be shy about that you're looking for a job. There's no harm in it, especially if you're unemployed. Let people in your network know on LinkedIn, let your previous colleagues know, let your friends know, let your friends have husbands in corporate jobs. Some of them, they might know and have opportunities for you.
Right, right. That's great, Ashley. And what I keep hearing you say over and over is about networking. So a person, let's say, have been on their job for 20 years, 15 years. They haven't probably done a lot of networking or updated their resume. Share a little bit about that. How would you help them to navigate that process?
When it comes to that, I would definitely say, the best way to do it is get help. A lot of times you think you can do it on your own, and you can. You can. Two heads is better than one. That's the saying, So, reach out to either a career coach, or you can join CareerUp Network. We have a private Facebook group called CareerUp Network Group. And on that private Facebook group, when you join every day, there's tips that are posted that will help you, either guide you on interview questions or resume formatting or all different networking tips. And once you draft your resume, I would say draft your resume the best to your possibility that you can and you know how, and then hire somebody who that is what their job is, to look at it and give you feedback or even revamp it for you.
Wow, great, great. I know that the audience is really receiving a lot of great information right now. And you had mentioned about the Facebook page. How can they reach you if they'd like to get in touch with you?
If you would like to get in touch with me, you can visit my website at www.careerupnetwork.com, or you can go to our Facebook group. It's a public Facebook page, business page, CareerUp Network. And you can also join our private Facebook group at CareerUp Network Group.
That's awesome. And you mentioned something, Ashley, about going back to work in the physical realm, where, let's face it, you're kind of taking a risk these days with your health. And one of the things that really attracted me to what you're doing, you did a webinar about individuals working from home. And I know a lot of career professionals would love to have more information about working from home. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Oh, definitely. It's my pleasure. Yes, also, that's what I did leave out. Anybody that joined private Facebook group, CareerUp Network group on Facebook, right away in that group, I'm putting resources. And one of the valuable resources in there is I have compiled a list of over 200 companies that are pro remote workforce. Not from the pandemic time. I've been working from home myself for over 14 years for various corporations that really have jumped the bandwagon decades ago, promoting work from home, because it does implement a lot of cost savings for corporations. So over the years, I have networked with colleagues and companies and corporations, and I've just kept that list because different friends and family wanted it. And now that I created the company, I want to share that resource with everybody else. So when you go on CareerUp, an Excel spreadsheet, that group in the files, there's over 200 companies in all industries. And what I wanted to tell everybody too, in that spreadsheet, there's a column that says the name of the company and what industry it is. What I found that a lot of people, some people want to skip that, thinking, oh, I don't know anything about biotech, or, oh, I'm not an engineer. I can't be looking at Cisco Systems or different companies. Well, you should always look at all of those companies, because you have to remember every corporation needs an accountant, an HR person, a marketing person.
So true.
She's there just so that some people have passion for a particular industry. So I put it there as a resource. So if you're passionate, for instance, about nonprofit, well, there it is. You'll see some nonprofits there.
Awesome, awesome. And I've personally seen that list, so I know that it's accurate. And one of the things that really impressed me was some of the individuals that are part of your network. I got a chance to meet people from engineering, from behavioral health, even marketing and advertising. So you hit on a good point. You don't have to worry about what industry you're in. There are a lot of companies that are looking for talent to work from home, no matter what industry it is.
That is correct, 100%.
And now, is the trend going towards people working from home, especially in this atmosphere?
You know, a lot of companies are. However, there will always be there'll always be corporations that their infrastructure and their organization believes in the power of their employees being on site. So I think what's going to happen is there's going to be a mix. There's some pool of employees for corporations that the corporations are going to fill that those positions really need to be physical, face to face, whereas there's going to be another segment of the employees that can work from home. And then there's another segment that's been created, which I actually really like. Once the pandemic's over, I think that it's very beneficial because I do enjoy face to face. They're going to do a hybrid where they let you work from home 2 or 3 days a week, and then you go to the office 2 or 3 days a week. So I've seen that on the rise.
Yes, that's good to know. That's good to know. I know that the audience would really glean a lot of information from getting in touch with you. Again, why don't we let the audience know how they can contact you again?
Sure, yeah, I'd be happy to. At CareerUpNetwork.com or our private Facebook group for the over 200 list of employers that promote work from home. You can find us on Facebook in the private Facebook group on CareerUp Network group. And we would look forward to helping you out.
That is awesome. I know they're looking forward to it. Ashley, if you could give our audience one last piece of information that is burning in your heart, what would that be?
Well, I would want to inspire everybody to maintain positive mind, because it's mind over matter, and that's my personal belief. I know we're in trying times. I know it's extremely difficult times that we're in, and we have to give ourselves grace and patience.
I love it.
Yeah, the candidates that I work with and that I have helped, they have secured jobs. Everybody's timing is different. You can't compare. Don't compare yourself against somebody else. But what I can tell you, out of every single person that I have helped, everybody eventually found a job. Was 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. Everybody found a career, and they're happier and in a better place. So sometimes when one door shuts, a better door opens.
That is so true. That is so true. Well, I want to say thank you again, Ashley, for being a wonderful host here, a wonderful guest as well. Oh, maybe I'm speaking prophetically. You're such a wonderful host on your webinars, by the way. But thank you again for sharing the insight. And I believe that someone's going to really benefit from watching this series of Being ReInvented. And I welcome you back to bring on other professionals that share professional information and career readiness. So again, Ashley, thank you so much for being with us.
It's my pleasure, and I look forward to joining you, because right now, as we're growing, I'm aligning myself with Power Partners, and that's what you should do when you're networking. And the Power Partners that I'm aligning with are a bunch of recruiters. So I'm vetting out recruiters right now. So hopefully next time when we speak, I'll be able to recommend a handful of recruiters that I personally vetted.
That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. Thank you, and have a great day and weekend.
Thank you too. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.